Good morning. Today we are going to get into this system here and do a big haircut. We are right in the middle of our tropical growing season. It is hot, it is wet, it is raining pretty much every day right now, and everything is overgrown. You can see our outside layer of red Napier right here. And I just wanted to give you a look before I cut it. Looks like a forest you can't get through, and by the time I'm done today, it'll look cleaned up. There is a lot of biomass that's going to come down. Every banana in here is going to come down except one on each bunch. I'm going to leave one to grow. I planted everything here so close together. Early on, there's two main rows in this forest here, and they're about 15 feet apart. They're a little too close. But so I'm not going to let these bananas fruit in this system. I'm going to use it strictly for biomass. But you can see how happy everything is. You can see our peaches, all that new growth coming up right there. You can see, our avocado, probably about 8 feet tall right there. That was a pretty little avocado we planted last year. We didn't let that fruit. We trimmed it up, and you see on the ground there's lots of jack beans and Mavuno cowpeas and cassava and papayas. All these papayas were seed grown last year from a special sweet papaya we got from a local guy here that's been growing in this area for a long time. I'm really happy about that. But everything is growing happy. We're gonna feed the system. Right now it's so wet. All these wood chips and grass. Everything in here is breaking down rapidly. You can see the fungus starting to grow there. And our microbial life is fully activated. So we're going to feed it. We're going to feed it good today. So I just wanted to give you a kind of a quick view before we started. All the sugar cane, some of this is going to come down. We're just going to open up the canopy here. Mombasa grass, sweet potatoes everywhere. We're going to be loaded again this year. And yeah, here's a look before we start, and I'll show you when I'm done. All right, so here we are about an hour later. This one row is completely done, ready for a rest. Going to get a big pulse of growth here. The amount of biomass that came down is incredible. There is a method to my madness here, which you kind of have to be mad to do this by hand. This is exhausting. You have to love it. If you're doing this already, you know that. If you're looking to do it, I will say that the things I'm doing now are a little bit different. One of the things I do now is, instead of this red Napier being in the system, I put it just outside of the system so I can use my tractor to mow it down. It has saved a lot of time. It takes a little extra time to organize it, but as far as labor hours and intensity, it does make it a little bit easier. So my method is I come through and cut all the legume plants, whether it's the Mavuno cowpea. I use a lot of black-eyed peas, the jack beans, everything that is a legume that's nitrogen fixing. I come through and trim up first. I do put that down first. You see, we made room for a little bit of our Lucana. It's the little baby here. Because I want to trap the nitrogen. I want to trap it. I want to keep it covered so that it basically dissolves into the system. So I do that first. Then I come through and chop my bananas down. I left one banana in each clump to grow. Everything else came down and went around my fruit trees. my peach tree, looking happy. You can see the banana under there, all around it. And then I came through with all my grasses and put my grasses on top. So I'm trying to trap as much nitrogen as I can into the system and feed this microbiome. Everything is happy. I planted maybe 100 seeds of the Leucaena. I have maybe, I don't know, 10 that made it in the system. And that's enough. That's plenty for what it's to serve its purpose. See our avocado looking really happy. I did leave the eucalyptus up there. I haven't brought it down. I'm gonna let it grow. We're getting ready to go to the mountains for a little bit. It's just too hot in Florida, so the whole farm is about to get a haircut, and I thought I'd give you guys a peek into what that looks like. I will say the happiest Leucaena I have is right here, probably about 3 or 4 feet tall, and it is planted right at the base of that banana clump. And I don't know if it's just getting more water or more nutrients or what it is, but there is a symbiotic relationship right there happening because it is twice as tall as everything else. You know, somebody said last year that with these corymbias, the corymbia sends a taproot deep into the ground, and it's like the pump, and it's constantly pumping water. And the bananas are the tank. They hold the water. And when you chop it down and use it and integrate it into the system, it slowly releases that water. And it also feeds all the microbes. It feeds the worms. It feeds all the many different insects and things that are coming in that are breaking all this matter down. So you can see the life in here as I pull things back. More and more shows, but you see how beautiful this soil is. I do have a little cheat code last year, or earlier this year actually. You see the mycelium growing. My neighbor has about 30 goats and no use for the manure. So this year, right at the end of winter, I loaded manure into these systems. So it's free for me. I know I have found resources for wood chips, for horse manure, and for goat manure, all free to me, which has been a huge plus. It's what's fed a lot of these systems and keeps them happy. So there you go. A lot of material coming down. I will say that I let this Mombasa grass go a little long. I realized this is our first year with mature Mombasa grass, and it has caned up, which made it very difficult to cut by hand. So I won't be letting that happen again. So everything is going to come down in the next day or two, and we're going to start anew. I welcome any input, any advice. I'm always open to advice. I'm new to this. I know things are working. I know there's always ways to improve, and I'm excited to learn. So any comments, I'll respond to you. Appreciate you watching.